Welcome to Caribbean Global Network News and Sports. I'm Scott Wilson. In today's headlines, 35 dengue-related deaths. And in sports, Norman Campbell now on trial at Stoke City FC. 18 people have died in Jamaica this year as a result of complications of dengue, bringing the total deaths since last year to 35. The figures were released by Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton in the House of Representatives Tuesday afternoon. Dr. Tufton was responding to claims by opposition spokesman on health Dr. Dayton Campbell that there have been at least 3 dengue-related deaths in the last 30 days. Dr. Campbell demanded more detailed information from the government about dengue cases in Jamaica, questioning how many suspected cases there have been and how many persons have died. Dr. Tufton insisted the government is hiding nothing, outlining that there have been 35 confirmed dengue-related deaths since 2018. He said 17 of the cases were from 2018, while the other 18 occurred this year. Dr. Tufton said cases have been trending down, declining from 1,943 at the peak of the outbreak in January to 124 cases last month. Samuda in hot seat over Ruel Reid CMU saga. Minister with responsibility for education Carl Samuda on Tuesday afternoon answered questions tabled in the House of Representatives regarding Mr. Reid and the Caribbean Maritime University CMU. Mr. Samuda was asked whether any of the personnel in the service of the former Minister of Education were paid for the Caribbean Maritime University and whether any of the vehicles or properties of the CMU or the Heart Trust NTA were made available without cost to the former Minister of Education other than for his official duties as minister. There were also questions about a credit card assigned Mr. Reid. Mr. Samuda confirmed that a credit card was issued to Mr. Reid with a limit of $3,800 payable by the ministry upon use. Quote, the card was used for the purpose of gasoline, to cover some hotel charges, book charges, and for some air travel related charges. The ministry is not aware that the card has ever been under police or audit investigation, end quote, he revealed. And in sports, Trinidad and Tobago needs better opponents than Caribbean teams, claims under-15 coach. Hot on the heels of Trinidad's netball head coach Wesley Pepe Gomes making the suggestion for the Calypso girls to play more overseas games, another sporting coach in that country thinks Caribbean matches doesn't cut it for his team. Trinidad and Tobago national under-15 team coach Stuart Charles Fervier has called on the TTFA to secure more matches with Central American opponents in order to close the gap between the Twin Island Republic and CONCACAF's top teams. His comments come in light of the recently concluded TTFA Youth Invitational Football Tournament, which saw the young Trinidadians losing to Panama, Venezuela, and Mexico. With the tournament serving as a warm-up for the CONCACAF Under-15 Championship in August, the gulf in quality has proven to be a concern. The coach said there is a need for the boys to play more Central American and North American teams instead of Caribbean teams. For him, playing against Caribbean teams is a lower level and quite unlike Mexico, which he sees on a much higher level. Norman Campbell now on trial at Stoke City FC. Former Jamaica College Digicel Manning Cup standout Norman Campbell is now on trial at English Premier League club Stoke City FC. If Campbell impresses like he did in March when several schoolboy footballers journeyed to Stoke for a series of training and mentoring sessions at the club's football academy, he could land a contract with Stoke City's under-23 side. The March visit and the current trial sessions for Campbell were arranged by Digicel ambassador and former Stoke City forward Ricardo Fuller. In March, Campbell reportedly impressed coaches who placed him among the under-23 team members on the final 2 days of training. Quote, I am absolutely very elated and over the moon. Very happy about Norman Campbell's selection by Stoke City for a proper trial, which will involve 2 trial games in the week, beginning from the 22nd of July and which concludes on the 29th, end quote, Fuller said. He said Campbell will have training sessions in between the trial games. Fuller, a former Jamaican international striker, last represented the Reggae Boys in 2012 and played for Stoke between 2006 and 2012 during the wily forward scored 50 times. That's it for your CGN News and Sports. I'm Scott Wilson. Pleasant viewing.